Okay, yes. So we're going to work out 1% of something. Let's have a look at the word one or the words 1%. What does 1% mean, Aisha?
One.
The word per means?
1 out of 100.
Out of, and cent means 100. So when you're talking about percentage, we're talking about something out of 100. So when you want to work out 1%, we were talking about 1/100th of something. So Aisha, how do we work out 1/100th? What do we do? What do we calculate?
You divide by 100.
We divide it by 100. So let's write down 1% equals 1/100. Okay, which is divided by 100. Let's get rid of all this. So if I want to work out 1% of 400, I need to divide it by 100. How do I divide it by 100? This question number 1, Aisha. What do we do?
You get rid of the zeros.
How many zeros do we get rid of?
2, because there are 2 zeros in 100.
That's right. You remove 2 zeros if you have them.
And you get 4.
So the answer is?
4 over.
So 1% of 400 is?
4.
4. Finish. Simple as that.
There wasn't 2 zeros.
Nice and straightforward, nice and simple. If you want to work out 1% of something, you got to work out 1/100th of it. You divide it by 100, you remove 2 zeros. Okay, let's give you question number 5 next. So Aisha, I want you to work out for me 1% of 90,000.
Okay. So you divide by 100. So you would have to remove 2 zeros and you'd get 900.
Fantastic. So you left with the other zeros still left there. Good. Okay. Now, let's give you something a bit more exciting. What happens, for example, question number 8, you don't have 2 zeros to get rid of.
You
What
add
do we
a
do then?
decimal at the end. So by the 0, you add a decimal and you move the decimal 2 places back and your answer would be 4.20.
Okay, now you said 4.20, so you were right all the way up to the time. You said 4.20. Now, when we read decimal numbers, it's important that we read them properly. So the number that you have there in front of you is actually called 4.2. Okay, lovely. Now, so let's underline that. So we actually, we don't need the 0 anymore. That's called unnecessary 0. So we can get rid of that. So if it's a whole number with zeros, we remove 2 zeros. If it's got loads of zeros, we still remove 2 zeros. If it doesn't have enough zeros, we use a decimal technique. We put the decimal point at the end. So we decimalize the number. We move the decimal point 2 places to the left, and that gives us a lovely 4.2. Let's do one more question for that. Umama, please, can you come and join me, please? Thank you for the Aisha. So Umama, question number 11 is yours. So let's see, let's help her to unmute.
The one with 422.
Yeah, 422. I want you to work out 1% of it for me, please.
Okay, so you basically have to put a decimal point on the end.
That's a green power bank.
And then move it 2 times to the left.
So the answer is?
4.22.
Fantastic. What about 555?
You have to put a decimal point on the end.
We put a decimal point at the end because we don't have any zeros to remove.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're dividing it by 100. Yeah, go on.
And you've got to move it 2 times to the left.
So the answer is?
5.55.
Beautiful. Okay, lovely. So, right, the remaining questions on that page, which is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 8 questions. I'm going to give you some time to do it, everybody, please. And I'm going to pause the video.